Hello and welcome everybody back to Game 3 between LGD versus Keen Gaming Luminous,
Keen Gaming Lumos.
Lumos. I keep want. Do you watch CS:GO at all?
No.
There's a team called Luminosity. That's why I keep, or that's an esports organization called Luminosity. That's why I keep want to call it Luminosity.
I'm
Anyway,
gonna call it Lumos because of
Lumos.
the Harry Potter.
Are you a big Harry Potter fan?
More Lord of the Rings fan though, but I love Harry Potter
Are
as
you a
well.
Harry Potter fan?
No.
Wow, it's ace. It's like
Yeah, I know.
you're not a fan.
No.
Wow. All right. Anyway, we have a draft going on here in Game 3 already. Let me just quickly crank up that audio. Bit of a change up. We have a second pick, Shadow Fiend from LGD.
Yeah, we see a lot of let's call it strange and early picks. Like you see Sven as a
10
third
seconds
pick.
remaining.
See Spectre after a
5
couple of
seconds
heroes
remaining.
that are super good against Spectre, and Spectre does not counter anything. Now you see a Shadow Fiend. I mean, Clockwork is banned out. Usually want to have Clockwork Shadow Fiend if you want to pick it like that early. Shadow Fiend.
It's a bit weird, that early pick. But it's actually, I want to say I've seen that from a couple of other
LGD's
Chinese teams
turn to
before. I
ban.
just don't know why.
I mean, it's a good hero overall. One. I think it's gonna be picked up more and more. The new caster Shadow Fiend build is super awesome. Gives you
That's true.
a lot of mobility. The movement speed, you're pretty much
10
perma-hasted
seconds
once you get the
remaining.
move speed talent. Also, there's a
5
different
seconds
ways
remaining.
to build Shadow. You don't necessarily need to go for that build. Like you can just go for drums, BKB, power threads, Yule scepter. There's a little shadow blade, like S and Y, pike. You can build pretty much anything on Shadowfin. It's so versatile right now. Even though I like the magic
Radiant team pick.
like damage dealer build the most.
How do you feel about if it does come down to it, the Tiny versus SF matchup?
LGD's
I mean,
turn
we
to
explained,
pick.
or you explained earlier, how Tiny does really well against range heroes, of course, with that new
Yeah,
splash.
but now you're gonna have Bane who's gonna sit mid against the Shadowfin. I guess that's the whole concept behind picking these two so early. Like Bane denies the other
10
hero farm,
seconds
so he
remaining.
can't last hit can't deny, and then you have a Shadowfin who's gonna collect the
5
souls.
seconds remaining.
And they have a good setup, like sleep into double / triple raise. Again, disruptor pick for Keen Gaming this time. This hero is really popular in CIS scene, like Effect, Virtus Pro. This is classic solo hero. They love to play it. Um, Maybe OG loves to run it from time to time in Europe. I don't see others going for it. It's really optional.
And we did see from LGD last game, of course, how strong that hero can be. FY with that.
Yeah, that's pretty much unseen because it was position 4 disruptor.
Here, this game is very likely going to be position 5, of course, with the Tusk already picked up. What kind of mid hero do you think Keen Gaming Luminous or Lumos can pick up here to really, weather that storm mid? Like you mentioned, Bane SF is such a fierce.
They still might go with the tiny mid and have Tusk sitting there, good kill potential as well on their side. With the shards is the one of the strongest spells you can have against the Shadow Fiend.
Radiant team pick.
Titan to pick them now from LGD.
It's so easy to sneak in Tidehunter right now because you pick supports early on. So if you don't have anything to counter the Tidehunter with, you can just sneak him in.
10 seconds remaining.
There's not too much supports that counter
5
Tidehunter.
seconds
First one that comes to
remaining.
my mind is Witch Doctor in the laning stage because of the Maledict. Or you need to have a good roaming support duo, plus a good carry. Mm, Maybe a Jug, maybe an
LGD's
Ursa.
turn to pick.
Ooh, Abaddon pickup from King Gaming. In a lot of ways, similar to the Tide, also difficult to kill, really, in a laning stage. I mean, we haven't really seen anything from LGD's safe lane yet, so we can't really tell how potent they really are.
10 seconds
Yeah,
remaining.
well, I guess the Abaddon pick is you remove
5
uh,
seconds remaining.
spells from the Bane, which is super good here. You also remove stacks from Shadowfiend raises. I mean, that's not the reason why they picked it, but I guess the main
It
reason
helps.
is, yeah, it helps. I'm just trying to see the good sides. But when it comes to the 5-on-5 fight, let's say Tidehunter stuns, uses a Ravage, and
Radiant
then you just
team
pop
back.
ulti with Abaddon, remove it, and then you cast shield on another one and just cancel the fight. Can work.
That's not bad, I suppose. Sand King now picked up from LGD, so that's going to be their most likely going to be their sort of like safe lane support in a
10
lot of ways
seconds
against the Abaddon.
remaining.
It's a position 4 Sanking Tide
Well,
offlane.
5 seconds
I
remaining.
mean, they can still swap it around, play Sanking as 3 and Tidehunter as a 4. It's viable. I've seen it a couple of times when
LGD's
teams
turn to
decide
ban.
if they pick a lot of Tidehunter counters. So they just put Tide on 4 roll.
I have a lot of kill potential here on LGD's lineup, and of course a lot of team fight potential.
10
Luminous,
seconds
they sort of right now,
to pick. Radiant
I wouldn't
team
necessarily
pick.
classify their team fight as good. Let's just put it that way. I do think there's a couple of heroes that they could potentially pick up to sort of remedy that, but do you even want to go for team fight here? Do you just want to maybe go for heroes that sort of like survive that initial onslaught?
They need something to clear the
Illusions,
CK
right?
illusions.
10
I mean, they
seconds
have
remaining.
Tiny, but that's pretty much it. They should pick
5 seconds remaining.
something else to deal with the illusions.
Choose your hero.
That's really good hero against the CK, but it's also really bad hero against the CK. If you just get jumped on,
Dead.
you're dead.
It's pretty nice for the laning stage though, if they choose to put him in the mid lane. I mean, Bane's what's it called? Enfeebled's not gonna do shit against them.
Yeah.
It's pretty useless.
It's gonna be a mid Zeus. Like there's no point in having Zeus on
On any other lane.
on a safe lane.
Well, I personally I like Zeus as a hero in general. You know, I've been a Zeus player since 2000 whatever. It's like one of my most played heroes. But I don't know. A lot of these heroes right now are pretty tanky. How do you feel about the Zeus pick in general?
It's really weak. It's a weak laner.
5
That's the
seconds
problem, especially now. Like before, you could kind of destroy the lane, but with Magic Wand being one of the best items in the game and one of the best, I would call it the best early game item, it just denies the hero so much.
It does. It does that.
It's impossible to kill. Like even if you call someone for a gank, if he has Magic Wand charges, he can just easily turn that gank. I mean, Shadowfiend just buys a full Magic Wand and goes mid, and that's it. Like you're just collecting those charges.
But at the very least, he would probably still get a bit of farm, right?
I mean, Zeus is really cool, especially with the Aghanims upgrade,
With the
because
Nimbus.
it's yeah. So you have Lumi with what's it even called?
Prepare
the ability.
for battle.
Alright, I think I'm stuck on somebody else's camera. Nope. Nope. What's happening?
What's it called? It's called the Zeus with the Aghanims. I can't think of it at the moment.
It's a Nimbus.
Nimbus. Yeah, it's another Harry Potter reference. Yeah, that's why I like it.
Alright, that was weird. Anyway. Well, what was I gonna say? The Zeus, I will say, I do think that LGD's lineup is just much better in general. I think they have a very well-rounded lineup personally. You know, they have a lot of team fight. They can siege towers. They have Roshan potential. I don't know. I feel like they can always fight from behind, even if they're behind in terms of net worth. You know,
30
because they have
seconds
Ravage.
to
They have
battle.
those abilities that just do well from behind.
Yeah. Keen's lineup looks more of a pub and someone random as a third pick. To me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I love Zeus as a hero. but it has no escape mechanism, so you need to build. I wonder what defensive item he's gonna go for. This game he has a baton
battle
and a
begins.
snowball, but he still needs something. Maybe a force staff.
Well, I
would
feel
not
like a
be-
force staff at the very least would be good here. But we shall see, I suppose. You know, all of these things, yeah, it's good to discuss these things, of course, but, you know, if LGD just decide to go on, like, a feeding fest in the first 5 minutes, he could just go greedy and go, like, blink and shit. I don't know.
I still remember the game I played against CK. That's why I said both counters. Each counters the other one. Like I went godlike against the CK, then he just came back into the game and bought a Shadow Blade and just blew me up every single time.
Alright, Zeus just got 2 denies, man. He doesn't need to use his abilities at all. Alright, obviously he's gonna use them now, but just saying. But yeah, you definitely have a point. CK has a lot of potential on behind. That's why, you know, that's why I think LGD's lineup is just very well rounded. Oh, mid lane, double stun here. Not gonna get anything though. But yeah, you know, they have a lot of physical burst damage, of course. Magic as well if they want to go for that route with the SF, like you mentioned. And the Zeus is getting a lot of last hits with just strike clicks.
Well, he has a lot of damage with the build.
Yeah.
Null Talisman, 2 branches.
Oh, needs to kill top. The batting goes down. I believe that's both abilities used, otherwise I can't really explain why he doesn't have any mana.
Well, sometimes you gotta die so you get the lane back.
As an offlaner, yeah.
Yeah. Zhao Fu.
Mid lane, nice snowball save. But is it enough? That's the question here. Nope, not for now anyway. Can they trade at the very least?
9 sticks.
Oh my god. I mean, that's what you mentioned earlier, right? With the stick charges. Doesn't really matter. And that's... Well, they basically already lost his mid lane.
Well, once Shadowfin hits level 3 with level 2 raises, with just 1 stun, they can pretty much kill.
Well, speaking of kill, they're going to go for the kill here onto the SF. It's a good one for them.
That's really big mistake from Shadowfin. Like
shouldn't have
he
been
should just go back. Flask was coming to him.
Bit greedy, I suppose.
Lost a lot of souls.
Yeah, that's the big one. He's had a pretty good start, but now he lost the souls, of course. Haven't talked much about this bottom lane at all. Do you think there's a lot? Do you think there's any kill potential here from the Radiant side onto this Tide Hunter?
Yeah, they can kill him if Disruptor decides to pull this one. If he makes it, yeah, it's gonna be good. 2 range creeps. But it's Tiny sitting at level 3. It's hard once Tide Hunter gets Raindrop. It's gonna be pretty hard to take him down.
Top lane, we've seen the Abaddon die yet again. Mid lane, Zeus has to be careful. One stun into Raze can be very deadly, especially if he has that Raze debuff or whatever it's called. I guess it's a debuff.
Buff.
Well, it is definitely a buff for him, yeah. Bit of a dance back and forth here mid lane. Zeus is still doing fine in terms of last hits. Does he have a bottle coming in? Should have. Oh.
Nope.
Has to be careful, in fact. So we went for boots first. Makes sense against the SK.
Yeah, he needs to run away from the stun. But what is he gonna buy? Like he has a mango, another mango. What? Just regen. Like you have five regen per second with the mango and the magic wand. But what do you do? Like right now you're pretty much stuck. That's why Zeus is a bad laner. You lose a lane, you can't do anything after it. When you lose a lane as a Shadowfin, you just go to jungle.
Top lane, hasted SK hunting down the Abaddon. They killed him twice. Can they kill him a third time? Feels like it should be easy. Oh, it's fairly easy. It is very easy. X Nova gets the kill. The new boy.
It's hard at the early stages. From Abaddon has 1 point in Mistcoil to deny himself. But they have a good Good lockdown. Also brain sap just to finish the kill.
It's very, very easy kill. Like it, you know, just chaining those stuns. Very easy to do, especially if you do have the haste rune, of course. Looks like Tusk is top here, but Tusk roaming thus far feels very lackluster. Doesn't really accomplish anything. He kept the Zeus alive, I guess, and he did go for that one kill, but that was, you know, mostly just because he's just dual laning with the Zeus. Haven't really felt his impact on this laning stage, really, other than that. Can you really do anything as a Tusk in this game? Like, who do you gank, or where do you create space?
They should just maybe focus on Tiny's lane. Try to get some kills on the bottom. Like mid lane is gonna be lost. Zeus is getting XP level 5, but it's still just a Zeus.
By the way, we did just see a top lane, you know, the power of the Bane against those offlane pulls. Abaddon just immediately gets slept when he tries to go for that pull. Sand King with a wraparound back here finds the stun onto the Zeus, but of course the defensive snowball gonna keep him alive for now anyway. Raze misses the first one anyway. FY just dies. Bottom lane, Tidehunter also dies. Mid lane though, wanna go for another kill here. Top. What was he doing?
He was trying to dodge the X-rays. Yeah.
But yeah, bottom lane, they find a kill on the Tidehunter. Not sure how that happened. I believe that was just the disruptor in the Tiny.
Yeah. Well, Tidehunter is level 4, so level 2 Kraken Shell. I mentioned that he needs a Raindrop to survive.
Yeah,
Still does not have it. It's the best item you can have against a Tiny.
Anyway.
Zeus, yeah, Zeus is level 6, so that helps a lot. This is one of the heroes that can deboard naturally, which is one of the biggest strengths of the hero. Also, right now on the bottom they can blow up Tidehunter again. I think with the Tiny plus Zeus ulti.
Doesn't have the mana
he
quite
doesn't
yet
have
for
the
this,
mana
yeah.
though. Yeah, if he uses a wand, he's gonna have it.
Might find the Bane though. Bane should be a much easier kill. You find the Avalanche Toss, that's defensive nightmare.
Even Zeus ultis.
If he gets that kill, it's worth it. If he gets the last hit on that. But he didn't even get the last hit. I feel like I mean, I'm not gonna call it a waste because, you know, it's still a kill. But
Just showing where the heroes are.
top lane, ultimate from Abaddon pops, and he's safe for now. Now that he's level 6, it should be much more difficult for them to kill him.
Yeah, ult is on cooldown. And they're gonna go now. Where's the Sand King? Wrap around. Tranquil Boots ready. He's gonna stun him.
6 stick charges, can he even get him off? Can!
Oh, Sand King FY didn't want to go for a kill there, but
Wanted to give the last hit to the
yeah,
scary.
you should always just kill when you're playing. Like, that happens once. Second time he's not gonna hesitate to last hit.
I
Trust
mean,
me.
you know, we've seen a mistake like that from him before in the Void, in the first game.
Nyx Assassin.
Yeah. Let's hope it doesn't happen again this game. It's definitely a big mistake for them. Well, this landing stage thus far, not too bad for the Radiant. Tiny leading the net worth chart, of course, getting those kills on the Titan are very valuable. Of course, also a lot of CS. Top lane though, Abaddon might just die again here, potentially. They're diving him with the Phantasm.
Has ult already.
It's gonna make it difficult for sure. Triple TP's coming in. Tiny is here as well. He wants some of those kills. Where are they though? Well, is the Avalanche gonna connect onto FY? FY dies. Where's the follow-up? The CK gonna keep the Disruptor alive
That's
for
a
now.
5-man rotation.
Ooh, but the double kill for the Zeus. Feels so good. And at the same time, the ESF technically was there, so it's not like he was farming. He was still also wasting time. So I feel like that's still a pretty good trade for or like really good for Keen Gaming.
It's a good trade, but it's a 5-man rotation. I mean, you should not dive a Abaddon tier 1 tower who has ulti
Ultimate,
ready,
yeah.
and it's, I don't know, you just get your little book out, check Abaddon, don't dive.
Top tower is under attack. Dire's structures
Well,
are fortified.
for now, looks like LGD are going to be content trading towers. Can't really defend up
Radiant's
tops. Instead, they're
bottom
just going to go for the
tower is
trade
under
bottom
attack.
here.
Dire's
One of the
top
most
tower
classic
is
traits,
under
just tier 1
This,
for
attack.
yeah,
tier
this
1.
is a classic
Radiant
trait. You
structures are
can't really
fortified.
defend Tidehunter is level 6, so I don't know if LGD can defend. Tidehunter does not have a TP and is not ready.
Radiant's bottom tower
And of
is under
course,
attack.
Keen Gaming should be aware that this
Dire's
is
top tower
going to be
is under
or
attack.
not a free tier 1 for them, but you know, this is going to be a clean cut trade for both of them.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
But again, in terms of net worth, I think Radiant still, you know, they're only behind by like 1,000, if anything. So, still pretty okay game for them. The question is, what do they do in this mid game?
Keen Gaming?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just gonna rely on Tiny. Once he gets the Shadow Blade up, he needs to get a couple of kills on cores. Like one hit from a Shadow Blade plus Avalanche Toss combo plus Zeus ulti, they can pretty much take down anyone.
Sounds about right. Bottom lane. CK is getting scouted out.
Dire's
Don't think they
middle
have
tower
the-
is under
Can you
attack.
get in range for the Avalanche? No. Just not getting range. Top lane though? That's a battle of the tanky heroes.
Abaddon wins.
I mean, he's definitely winning right now. Mid lane. Nightmare onto the Zeus. This is the combo that you're talking about. Nightmare into a raise, right? That's a 4-man rotation for 1 kill.
Yeah, I'm not sure what CK is doing on a mid lane. You see a lot of different CK builds. The player from Penta, that Oliver, that plays CK, he tends to use Phantasm and just farm the Ancients and farm the neutrals, always goes for a Midas.
I like that.
I love that as well, because CK, if you're not winning, he kind of falls off if you
Just
don't
doesn't
have
farm
him.
in the mid game.
Yeah,
Would you have built? Do you think he should have gone for it this game?
not necessarily. He had a good lane, he could have gone for it, but once he gets Echo Saber up, he catches up with the farm.
Top lane reality rift with the Abaddon. Can he pop the shield? Can he pop the ultimate? That's a question. Yeah, they can pop the ultimate. Phantasm popped as well though. Static Storm here on top. The Zeus ulti as well. The glimpse back at the Static Storm. Defensive Nightmare gonna keep him alive for now. He does have the armlet. Not gonna be able to target. In the meantime, Tusk dies bottom, maybe?
Yeah, that's Shadowfiend, Yule Scepter ulti combo.
Nasty. He's gonna go back for a BKB after this. Makes a lot of sense, you know, because of all the lockdown and just
Radiant's middle
burst
tower
damage
is
on
under
the
attack.
Radiant side. But what do you think is the SF build here in this game? Do you go for the magic damage afterwards?
Blink probably,
Blink.
just to set things up. Shadowblade is completed on Tiny, he's on the hunt.
Speaking of on the hunt though, triple smoke here on the Dire side.
Oh, nice scan by Dire.
Are scanning.
Sanking knows something is up.
That's a really
FY
good
not only handsome, but smart as well.
Tiny looks to be potentially dead. I mean, they do find the reality rift here. Second stun on top of it, double raise. Who did they want to give it to? Whoever. It felt like they were waiting for somebody to take it. I'm just saying.
This is the best
Dire's
thing you
middle
can
tower
do
is
when you
under
play
attack.
against Tiny, who just picks up a Shadow Blade, because they read the movement so good. Same goes for Slark. If you like die once, twice, 3 times, you pretty much lost all the advantage that you had.
Yeah, that was definitely a very good scan for them, sort of turning it around. It was supposed to be the first Shadow Blade sort of like outing right,
Yeah.
for the Tiny, and instead they turned it
Radiant's
around.
middle tower
Really
is
good
under
timing.
attack.
That's something you usually see, or you know, what a lot of teams do against Bad Rider as well, against the first blink sort of showing. But of course, it's not always easy to catch that as well. Oh, this could have gone for the Yolds, I think. I believe he was in range. Didn't want to go for the Tusk. Maybe instead want to go for the Abaddon here up top. Does he have a TP? He does have a TP. But of course, they do have a Yold to cancel it if they want to.
Yeah, Yule Scepter is also great against Abaddon. Once he pops the ulti, you just
Yolds are
use it on him, throws him in the air. Save a couple of
Dire's
seconds of
middle
his
tower
ulti, then
is
just
under
kill him.
attack.
Alright, what's the Zeus item build here in this game? He went for Ether Lens now. He has the Blink queued up next.
Radiant's
What do you
bottom
think?
tower
Is it
is under
straight Axe
attack.
afterwards? Or should he
Dire's
still go
middle
for...
tower
Should be, but I'm not sure about Blink Dagger.
Tusk with a punch, finds the kill into the Titan to Fiend Scribble. Thought that tiny, but it gets cancelled, or rather it finishes, of course, because of the status resistance. SF winds up the ultimate, only heals up the Abaddon. Tiny fairly low, but they don't have any invis attack for now. SF doesn't get the TP out, dies here in the middle of the shards. Tusk dies as well. Zeus now comes in. They should be able to get rid of those illusions if they wanted to, but it's also an SK now. So overall a 1-for-2 trade, and they only lose a support, but instead they kill 2 cores. Or in turn, rather.
Yeah, it's a good trade for Keen Gaming. Tiny should just try to farm a little bit. He already showed his Blink Dagger first time. He needs another item. Like he was sitting on top of net worth, not anymore.
Look at his ward vision, by the way, from the Radiant in that area, exactly where they fought. They were prepared for this fight.
Yeah, they have. They see everything.
Yeah.
Plus, they were fighting on a low ground.
It's a bit overkill, but because they do have those 2 wards, they knew they could take that fight there. I think one of the wards was actually planted in the middle of the fight, but still. Just a lot of good vision for that one fight, and obviously already paying off.
Radiant are scanning.
What have we here?
I don't know what Zeus gonna do. We talked about the items, didn't finish it. Yeah, he just changed it because Blink Dagger does not provide you with anything. If you just get initiated on by Yule Scepter, you get 1 stun, you're dead after. Like, makes no sense to go for a Blink Dagger. It's either Yule Scepter or Force Staff. You have the Ether Lens for the range.
Arcane
Which is nice.
mystery.
But obviously it's not, you know... You want a bigger item than that, and I think Yul's is a good item here, a good defensive item. We talked about defensive items earlier, we discussed the Force Staff, but I think Yul's also makes a lot of sense here. You know, you get Yul's by the SF, you just Yul's yourself afterwards as well, to mess with their timings a little bit. Can even use it aggressively, of course, as well.
Radiant's middle tower
Speaking of
is under
aggression, they roll onto the Titan, but that's not the kind of hero you want to go for, do you? Well, they're still going to pursue it. I don't know, can they burst him down in time? No, he still gets the Ravage off. SF, speaking of ultimates, winds up his he cancels it. They toss in the Zeus. Not sure that's the toss they were looking for.
Yeah, he has a Photic Shield. He's good.
Yeah.
They're just gonna clear them up.
SK comes back in here with the Sandstorm. Bane also very low underneath his own tower. Double kill for the CK. He's cleaning up house in the backlines. Whew, that's a nasty triple kill for him. They find the Zeus as well now with the Sand King. Tusk tries to save him, but of course not gonna be.
Give this man a rampage.
He wants it. He's looking at it. Doesn't have the mana
No
for
mana. Intelligence, strength, spreads.
it. They really want to give it to him. Oh, come on.
Rip. What? He even uses a
And he
taunt.
uses the taunt afterwards. That's I think this is where you... I don't know. He's a new player. This is the way you just kick him. That was...
Yeah, that's not
pretty.
how you stay in
That's
a team.
PM. But yeah, good fight here for the Dire. Honestly, looked as if it was gonna be pretty good for Keen in the beginning.
The thing is, LGD showed the Blink Dagger on a Sanking. He TP'd mid, got sent back by Disruptor, so he couldn't do anything. It looked real promising for
Dire's
Keen Gaming,
middle
but
tower is under attack.
Zeus was tossed into enemy lines, and they had nothing to clear the CK illusions with.
Yeah. I wonder, was it intended to toss in the Zeus? Do you think? I didn't really pay attention to the backline. I only saw that it was tossed in, but not
He
sure.
just wanted to
Dire's
toss him, I
middle
guess,
tower is under attack.
for the extra damage and
Dire's structures are
throw him
fortified.
close so he can use the bolt.
Well, they do
Dire's
get a
middle
tier 1
tower
now.
has
Zeus
fallen.
ultimate was popped as well to make sure to scout everybody out. That's, you know, we talked about this earlier, the vision game from the Zeus, of course, being able to get rid of wards, but also the ultimate scouting out opponents. Obviously, when he does have the Aghanims with the Nimbus, also another strong, not necessarily a scouting tool, but, well, you can use it as a scouting tool.
Oh, Abaddon gonna go for Hand of Midas
It's a late
after
one.
Helm of the Dominant. That's super late.
Remember all the pub games that we played last time, and I went for like 25-minute Midases on every hero. This
The
happened.
value, yeah,
Yeah.
this that's your influence right there.
Yeah.
I'm afraid for Keen Gaming because they don't have too much to deal with the CK illusions, especially if Zeus gets blown up before the fight starts.
Got it.
Yeah, we could just tell in the last fight, right, how strong this CK is right now. Not even top of the net
Dyer's
worth,
top tower
sort of
is
top of
under
the net
attack.
worth together with ESF, of course, but just feels so
That'd
strong.
be a
Also has the Echo Saber now, which he
Also
didn't have
has
before.
illusions, my friend.
Illusion.
Why not?
Why not?
Because fuck you, that's why.
Phantasm up as well. Could potentially look for a fight and afterwards go for Roche. For now, they're going to look for this fight. But good vision coverage yet again from Keen. So they make sure they eat through the tree to see if anybody TP'd in there. But since nobody's there, they now know if anybody is coming in.
Yeah, well, CK with
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
with the crit, lucky crit, he can just blow up a Baron before he pops ulti.
Kill the Titan yet again before he gets off his ultimate, and he does not get it off. Tiny gets pretty low. CK in the back line forces out the defensive Yolt and pops the Phantasm. Defensive Snowball going to keep the Zeus alive for now. What do they have? Oh my god!
That's the
disgusting.
damage.
That's disgusting for sure. 3 heroes dead. Doesn't really feel like CK needed to commit anything for it, really. Still has Phantasm Illusions up, but they're gonna run out pretty soon. Looks like they're not gonna pursue Roche, but instead just a tier 1 tower.
Radiant's
The thing
middle
is,
tower
Disruptor
under
is one of
attack.
the best heroes you can have against the Tide Hunter, but they waste pretty much everything to lock him down before the fight
Radiant's
starts.
top tower is under
Then
attack.
they have nothing to
Radiant
deal
structures are
with the
fortified.
CK and Shadowfin.
Right, they blow the combo
Dyer's middle tower.
on him and of
Radiant's
course the
top
Static
tower
Storm as
has
well.
fallen.
I think they were hoping to get the Static Storm on him and the SF, but it doesn't really matter on the SF right now because he does have his BKB, of course. So this is pretty tough for them. And honestly, I think this is the role that the Titan has to play this game. He just walks in, tanks all the spells, right? That's why he's also he went for the Pipe early on. I mean, Pipe in general against Zeus is a pretty good item, but of course helps him tank those abilities.
Well, there's no way to survive the combo because I don't have any other save.
All dust onto the Tiny. You have to be careful. Lim's gonna put the SF far and away from the Tiny, but there's an aggressive urn. It's a lot of damage ticking down. If he finds that stun, could be a kill, and indeed there is that stun. Bit ambitious for that TP, but I think he had to go for it.
Yeah, he had to try something to get out. This ZK is getting out of control. Once he gets his BKB plus a heart, it's gonna be so hard to take him down. Again, Tide Hunter.
So gets the Ravage off, and SK or CK comes in as well. That's a lot
One
of
more
damage
head.
again. Gets glimpsed
And-
back,
and
but
out,
still gets a
boys.
kill. Good trade with the Tide Hunter, but was it really worth it? CK comes back yet again, wants this Tusk. Defensive Snowball gonna get delay it, and he immediately jumps forward, tries to go for the Disruptor, secures it as well. They know the Tusk is here somewhere, and they ping it out. That's not gonna be a successful. Yeah, that's a dangerous CK with that blink picked up. It just allows them to hunt all these heroes. Especially since there's no defensive item in terms of, there's no like Glimmer Cape or Force Staff or anything.
Radiant's
Yeah,
middle
well,
tower is
Keen
under
Gaming
attack.
does not have a plan
Radiant
for this game.
structures are
What
fortified.
they're doing, they're just
Dyer's
killing the
top
Tide
tower
Hunter.
is under
At this
attack.
point of the game,
Radiant's
Tide
middle
Hunter
tower
is like,
has
I
fallen.
really don't care if you kill me like 5
Dyer's
times.
are scanning.
The ultimate from the Sand King is wound out. They find the Tiny. Do that for he's just dead.
Tide Hunter is playing his own game. They're wasting
Radiant's
everything they
middle
have,
tower is
and
under
the
attack.
cores just live. You have Shadowfin, 3 deaths. You have CK with 2
Two
deaths.
so. And then there's Titan with 6 deaths.
Yeah, not the best raids.
And of course, the Titan is even below the Sand King net worth, so killing him isn't even that valuable in comparison to other heroes. Top lane, Baden gets scouted out. He doesn't have his Midas right away, so if he dies here, he's gonna be even further behind. Have a feed scope if they wanted to. But don't need him, of course.
So dark.
Honestly, in comparison to this, my Midas has looked much better. I get it 25 minutes every time.
I'll take
So-
your tribute.
But, well, like you said,
Well, he can get it faster.
If he just sells a
If he
couple items.
buys back right now and just sells something.
But yeah, King Gaming, like you said, doesn't really feel like they have a game plan whatsoever. I think it kind of comes back to the fact that the Tiny's first rotation with the Blink, with the Shadow Blade.
Yeah, they were relying so much on that.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy to snowball or
Radiant's top
with this
tower
lineup
is
especially.
under
yeah,
attack.
especially
I mean,
if
they
you
have a Tusk, so very
especially if you
easy.
get Tusk. Yeah, that's if you if you
Radiant's middle
have a Tiny
tower
with a
is
Shadow
under
Blade, you
attack.
can just pick up a couple of kills. You okay, friend?
I'm just dying over here. Well, yeah, but do they? Is there any way for them to sort of find a way back into the game? Do they just smoke up and try and force a fight without the Titan Hunter? Maybe. I mean, the Titan Hunter has been playing by himself pretty much, so maybe they just smoke up and go for like a CK kill or whatever.
I love the build on Titan. He has Glimmer Cape queued up. I was thinking about buying a Yule Scepter, so you just buy some time during the Disruptor ulti, but this can work as well.
Effectively, he just wants to survive as much as long as possible, right?
Or if he wants to go like full anti-build, he can just buy a BKB. So
That's just
what up? I hope he goes for Glimmer Cape. I want to see his magical resistance gonna be like some 60% plus.
He has it queued up, and he's closer to it than the Abaddon is to.
Yeah, he bought it.
Actually, no, the Abaddon has some Midas already. Never mind. Trash talking.
Tied with a pipe and the Glimmer Cape. 2018.
Let's go. Speaking of going, top lane, they're gonna go onto the Abaddon. Builds him up after the ultimate. Maybe he's just taunting him at this time. He just knows he can get the kill anyway. Meantime, they find the kill with the Bane.
Misses a stun. Whoa.
CK finds a kill into the Zeus, a solo kill into the Zeus, and he wants more. He's gonna go for the disrupt. Oh my god. That's not pretty to watch. Right in front of the Roche pit as well, making sure they can immediately go for the Aegis here. And the only casualty is a support Bane.
Like this game is so weird. If you have action, it's minute 27. You have actions happening at 3 points of the map. You know something's wrong. Tidehunter has 59% magic resistance, by the way.
I can't click on him because of Roche. Yeah, he does. That is not too shabby. I want to see him walk in again, like we've seen like 2 or 3 times now. I want to see what happens. Oh, speaking of, Sand King gonna walk into the enemies. Tiny wanted to TP in front of him. That doesn't work out. Has to be careful. It's dusted up, so even if Shadow Blade does come off cold, he can't really use it just yet. Doesn't have any mana for any of his abilities, and he's just gonna get destroyed by the SF ulti.
Ah, it's Aghanim Shadow Fin.
Yep, can't
So
even run out of it.
It gets back.
Well, can technically run out of it. Well, they have the Aegis, of course, on the CK, I believe. Yeah, they have the Aegis on the CK. Tier 2 mid still standing. And Keen Gaming doesn't really have a lineup to defend this. I guess it's something that we really didn't talk about, but their high ground hold is just the Zeus.
Is under attack.
I guess there's like cute plays with, you sort of like walk behind and toss somebody back into the tier 3 or something. But that's basically it.
Radiant's middle
It's gonna
tower
be super
has
hard
fallen.
for them to defend.
Top lane, Disruptor gets scouted out. Speaking of getting scouted out, CK finds the Zeus to absolutely demolishes him. Disruptor also getting destroyed by the epicenter. Keen Gaming just can't catch a break, really. They're just trying to split push and farm. Can't really blame them, but they're just getting picked off one by one.
I don't know what they need to do to get back into this game. The LGD's lineup is so much better. The team fight they have, how they scale into the late game, just
Radiant's top tower
so good.
is under attack.
Also, Shadowfin building into Scotty against Abaddon and Tiny just
Dire's
destroys
bottom
both
tower
of them.
is under attack. Radiant's top tower has
They
fallen.
are, of course, ahead 17,000 gold. Or rather net worth, I guess. But there's a Radiance queued up on the Abaddon. Do you think he's going to finish this Radiance?
No.
You're
I don't know.
confident?
Yeah, I made a mistake in game number 2, not making it again.
Alright.
I'll take your tribute.
I think he's gonna finish it. Just to counter you, he's gonna finish it. No, I actually believe. I mean, I think LGD want to play it safe. This is an elimination match after all, and I think we've seen in game one that, you know, if you just sort of like take a bad team fight, overextend, there's potential to sort of like throw away the game. Oh, Tiny made a little bit of a mistake here, but not gonna get punished for it.
They don't have any BKBs on the side of Keen. So far, Tiny's building one, but CK doesn't even need to go for talent, so
Yeah.
plus 150 gold per minute. It's gonna help him a lot. That heart is gonna come in the next minute.
Just accelerating his farm indeed. Top lane, they're trying their best. Keen Gaming
Radiant's
here
bottom
to
tower
shut this
is
wave,
under attack.
but bottom lane, they're gonna lose a tier 2. Honestly, if you're LGD, are you gonna let the tier 2 top fall? Or are you gonna, well, CK already answers my question. He wants to fight this.
Radiant's
Is he gonna go
bottom
in?
tower has fallen.
Nope, not gonna go in, I guess. On mid lane, Toss gets getting caught out here by 3 heroes. Fiendscript on top of it. This is Static Storm again on the Tiny only. Tiny so tanky right now. And just
Whoa!
absolutely wrecked. Really. Yules onto the Abaddon, making sure that his ultimate. Well, he still gets 1 HP, but they don't really care. They could still kill him. CK isn't even here. They still get 3 kills.
Dire's top tower is under
2
attack.
buybacks would have been available, but they don't even use them. They just call it straight away.
Yeah, this is pretty much all on the pick. That Zeus last pick really not working out for Keen Gaming.
Didn't really do anything. But I do think that their draft beforehand was already a little bit weak. The Abaddon, what did he do really in this entire game?
Nothing.
And he died a lot of times. Like he died like 3 times in lane, I think. So that was not impressive either. So LGD walk away from this series 2-1. Let me just. All right. I think, as expected, they did win the series, but didn't really look very clean. I think the execution was
not
rather
clean
weak.
at all. They're making so much individual mistakes, and I mean, it's Keen Gaming. I want to see them facing stronger opponents to see how good they're gonna match up. I mean, it's still a new team. They swapped a couple of players around. We'll have to see, I guess.
And this is still the first round of the entire qualifier, right? You
Yeah.
said you want to see them play against more team or higher quality teams.
In the round number 2, they're gonna play against a better team
Yeah.
who's seeded as number 1.
I actually think it's IG. Don't really want to call it because I didn't check the bracket earlier, but I think it's IG. Either way, this isn't it yet. We're in for the long run, really, here in this qualifier.
We just started.
We just started. We're getting started. This is just the warm-up series. Yeah, LGD take it 2-1 against eHome Keen, or not eHome Keen, Keen Gaming Luminous. That means they're eliminated. It's a single elimination playoff bracket. LGD are going to move on. My name is Skim. This is Lacoste. We're going to be back in. I'm not actually sure how long it's.
We have
I think maybe like 15 minutes.
yeah.
Yeah. So we're probably going to be back in roughly like 15 minutes for the next series, which I don't have the schedule with me right now. So we're just going to put it into this pause screen and then we'll be back.